Newvem provides security management for the cloud because users don't realize that they need to use the provider's tools to meet their security requirements, leaving their assets vulnerable. Cloud computing presents more doors to the internet than on-premise, closed-door data centers do. They need a fence providing a layer of predictable protection and requires the protection of every single asset because they are vulnerable to other instances running side by side. Having open ports in your network, it's not necessarily a security vulnerability. It may be that your application is built that way. However, design failures in cloud environments have much bigger impact to your system or service vulnerabilities than it had in the old data center. Why? Because hackers look for cloud vulnerabilities. In the old data center world, you had to invest into security policies and solutions to secure your applications. The hacker had to go and specifically locate you and find that breach through your firewalls. In the new world, the hackers can use the cloud vendor itself and gain access as any other cloud user, allocating cheap resources to scan these vulnerabilities from the inside and exploit them much easier without leaving a trace. Data center users expect full coverage, but the AWS cloud requires a shared responsibility. Amazon is responsible for ground to operating system level security, real estate, floors, air conditioning, servers, backup, network devices, and operating system. The user is responsible for OS to application level security. Ultimately, the user is responsible for security in a cloud-based offering. To help implement this shared responsibility model, Amazon offers you a series of tools. Security groups are policies in which ports are defined as open to the internet or internal servers. It limits access to IP ports incoming to the Amazon infrastructures, including machines and load balancers. It's part of the arsenal of security recommendations by Amazon. Access control lists for specific resources provides a list of entities allowed to access them. Here's how Newvem helps you identify potential vulnerabilities. Newvem eases the transition from data center expectations to requirements for shared responsibility in the cloud. Newvem educates users on how to use the tools. Newvem identifies potential vulnerabilities by doing direct security checks. Newvem runs pattern analysis. It checks against industry best and common practices. And Newvem also recommends policy creation. For example, when controlling the port access, it's the best policy to restrict access whenever possible. Some ports are expected to be open to the internet. Other ports are expected to be closed, while specific policies or practices on opening ports between services and applications are expected. Newvem runs continuous security analysis for hardening. Newvem sends you alerts and notifications whenever a change in status is detected. You can also log into the web app or mobile application to see if a status has changed. Users then apply actions to live servers, addressing more immediate risk and applying changes to actual configuration. Users can also define a security group policy to apply later to other servers that are not under immediate risk. By doing security management with Newvem, you assure your cloud assets are protected.